Hi, this is Jacob Wolf with ESPN Esports, and I'm joined by Nairo, veteran Super Smash Bros. Player. We're here at Evo 2019. So first, you've been here for a couple hours, I would imagine.
Yeah.
What are your overall thoughts of Evo thus far?
I guess I've been to Evo before, just like my fourth or fifth one, I can't remember. So I guess the feeling is like about the same as the other ones, but it's still crazy because you already know like there's world-class players for every single game here. So it's a pretty cool feeling, especially if you're like a spectator. So there's so much stuff to watch here. It's always a pretty cool event, and obviously the difficulty of this tournament is pretty much at its peak for the games.
You've been doing this for a while, but are there any nerves that sort of come with walking into this room?
Not really. It's more like oh, this is pretty big. Like it's finally here. I felt like this Evo especially came up really fast. Like I remember last year, the middle of this arena or like this room had Smash Ultimate demo, and like it had like the booth and stuff. But now we're actually playing it. Like it just felt like time went by really fast.
It has the highest amount of entrants of any game here.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult tournament to run through.
3,500 people, like 60 or 70 Japanese players that are really good. So, you know, they came in full force.
Yeah, I mean, what are sort of your like top line thoughts when you're looking at sort of the people who are here? How many people you have to beat to make a top 8? What are your sort of thoughts about Smash Ultimate in its first year at Evo?
It's crazy. Whoever wins this, you know, no matter if they do bad, like at the next tournament or for a long while, everyone still remembers the first Evo champion. And like this is probably going to be the biggest tournament for a long time because this is a really high number. So people will always remember like this guy won the biggest tournament, Smash tournament of all time. So that's going to be a pretty big deal. It's going to be pretty hard, but I feel pretty confident myself.
How do you think the first sort of six to 8 months of Smash Ultimate has been from a competition perspective? What do you think about sort of the life of the game?
It's been pretty good. There's been a few majors and like all around the world, like obviously NA, like Europe had its biggest tournament recently last month. And then Japan has always been doing really, really well in terms of like attendance and stuff. They had like over 1,000 entrants in a tournament a few months back. It's pretty good. That game is definitely healthy. The patches, they're not really like ruining any characters. Like they may like tweak some like top tiers, but not to the point of ruining them, while making some like worse characters a little bit better. So overall, I guess like the development team who's been paying attention don't really feel like they need to change too much, and I think the community agrees. So it's been pretty good. At this pace, like I mean, even like next week after this event, SmashCon, almost 3,000 entrants, like really crazy to have back-to-back 3,000 entrance tournaments, or like, you know, like really big tournaments.
You know, when we were in this point in Smash for Wii U, it was 0-0-0-0.
Yeah.
He's not playing professionally right now. And, you know, a lot of people know you for a lot of different reasons, but one of them was that you finally dethroned the guy and sort of broke the streak.
Yeah.
Exciting moment. But, you know, do you think that there's a possibility in Smash Ultimate for a player to sort of be like he was, in the sense of really sort of hit that hot streak? We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. I want to say no, just because like Zero just had a pretty big gap. He just knew, like everyone knew Diddy Kong was the best, but a lot of people still refrained from using him, as well as Sheik. But Zero don't care about that. He's like, oh, they're the best, I'm gonna use them. And then he used it, like played like 12 hours a day, like got to the level where he got. I was of course like the next one, but like there was obviously like a skill gap. But like for him to like go to so many tournaments and just body people like that, there was only like a handful of people that could take games off of him. So if there was ever a tournament he went to that didn't have any of those players, it was basically like, no need to watch. I already know who's gonna win that. And that's basically a majority of the tournaments that he went to. Since if I wasn't there to like really give him like some kind of like tournament competition, it was pretty much like 3-0s or like 3-1s and stuff to everybody. And that was pretty scary. In this game, obviously Leo is like the #1 best right now, but like the skill gap between like Leo or like everyone just got so much better in Smash 4 that the skill gap here, even though Leo's like the best, he could lose to like maybe like the top 15, like on a good day.
Right.
So.
Do you think part of that's because of character diversity? I mean, you said earlier, like there's so many characters in this game, and most of them are pretty viable. At least there's not like there is a bottom tier, but it's not like absolute garbage.
Yeah, the characters are definitely much better, like a wider spread of good characters in Smash 4. Smash 4 is like maybe like top 5, top 10, and then like the rest are like mediocre and stuff. But this game is like 25, 30 at least good characters that can cause upsets and stuff that you should probably know the matchup if you're a top player. Otherwise you might get upset and stuff. Like you gotta know a lot about 30 characters, and then there's still 40 other characters that it would be good to know, because you don't want to like run into a matchup inexperience and then get upset, especially at a tournament like this.
Right. Is there any sort of newer players or younger players you're looking at throughout this tournament that you think could perform well? Or you think it's just mostly the Smash 4 veterans who transition?
I think it's like Smash 4 veterans, and then there's like a lot of Japanese players that are here that some for the first time are coming or just have been here before that done really well. So I don't know if there'll be any new heavy hitters, but I can definitely see like this might be a lot of people's first tournaments, but they might be really good, and they've never gone to a tournament until now. They want this to be their breakout tournament, and it can't happen. Like it's happened before in many other Evos and many other games, and wouldn't be surprised to see it in a game like Smash.
You know, last year was, I remember being side stage, it was a very unfortunate send-off for Smash 4.
Oh, yeah.
No offense to Captain Zach and Lima, but, you know, like, it's a really boring finals.
Yeah, it wasn't the best finals. They're like really good friends. I know them as well, and I'm cool with them. They definitely felt really bad about the reception. Like they wouldn't have probably like done some of those things if they realized how bad it was. So they do feel bad about it. It wouldn't happen again if that opportunity or thing happens again. But at least it wasn't like, it was a Smash 4 send-off for this tournament, but those still other tournaments that ended it in like a good fashion, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, SmashCon next week has Smash 4.
Yep.
Which is,
so.
So I wanted to ask about that. I mean, what would be, in your opinion, the ideal scenario for Smash Ultimate at its first Evo? Like, how would you want the tournament to go to make it exciting and enjoyable for people watching?
I guess like maybe have some like not hidden killers, but like more of a unique top 8 in terms of characters. There's some matchups that can happen that wouldn't be good for a top 8, unfortunately. Like I guess I could say one is like the Buzz versus Raito. They're very godlike players, but the matchup of Duck Hunt and Rosalina is way too long and drawn out to like if it starts to show for top 8, that wouldn't be a good sign, unfortunately. But like, it depends on the player matchups. People, of course, I'm a fan favorite, so if I was in there, you know, no bias, but if I was in there, people would definitely be excited about that because I could pull out like 20 characters and people would be like, oh my God, what the heck is going on? Or like the Ganondorf pick earlier and stuff like that. So that could be well. Leo, obviously, you know, dethroning whoever's the best is always a good sign in top 8. Mars is also like a fan favorite. There's so many fan favorites like Boyd. I could go on about it, but like it's so hard that we can all lose to 20 different players here. So I'm not sure what would be the perfect top 8 or like a good top 8, but there's a lot of players that can make a good top 8.
You know, you're a very respected player in the Smash community. You've been doing this for a while. You've won a bunch of tournaments along the way.
Yeah.
We've never won an Evo.
Yeah.
That opportunity presents itself this weekend.
Yeah.
So first, what do you have to do to be the Evo 2019 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Champion?
I gotta not choke. I do get nervous. I shouldn't get nervous for how long I've been playing, but sometimes, like, you know, I think about just like little mistakes that I make, and I just kind of think about it. But also, I have this huge fan base and like my team that I don't want to let down, as well as myself, of course. So it's so much pressure for tournaments at this scale. But like in the end, like I should just probably not play for just me, but like, you know, like I know I can make mistakes and all that stuff, and I'm not like no unbeatable god. So like if I lose, it's not the end of the world or anything like that, because other players have been practicing just as much or even harder than me. So the possibility of me losing is possible, but I have gotten close to winning 2 Evos. So, you know, I want to get that Evo win, man. Getting close to that 2 times, that's too much. That's too much for me.
So for Evo, winning it comes with like a big team contract and a bunch of popularity. You have those things down pat.
Yeah.
So what would an Evo win mean to your legacy?
I mean, I've won like the biggest tournaments for Smash, like SmashCon or like Apex at its time and stuff like that. And I feel like Evo's like a staple now for like the big tournaments. There's only a few like majors that I haven't had like a win at, or like a handful. So Evo being one of those, I want to get at least one Evo win. So I can say like I won this, you know, like a major tournament winner, you know. So that would be pretty cool for me as like personal accomplishment. So I could probably like walk around in my living room, I have like a trophy case and stuff. I'll be like, yeah, I got the MLG win, I got the Apex win, I got the SmashCon, I got the Evo now. You know, it'd be dope to at least look at that and just be happy about it.
So we'll end on this. Who's your kryptonite?
My kryptonite, surprisingly, it would probably be Mars at the moment. I ended the PGR season with 1-5, and it's surprisingly not because he's like, I don't think he's bad or anything like that, but he uses Zero Suit, who I use all of Smash 4, so everyone would think I would know the matchup best, which I do. It's just that he just got this big level jump, I don't know, out of nowhere, that even I struggle against his zero suit, which is incredible because like I would destroy a lot of zero suits, including him throughout all of Smash 4, but now it's like, damn, he got really good. And now he's the best zero suit, and I don't know, he's godlike. But we've had close sets a lot, that's the thing. So even though it's 1-5, there's been a lot of game 5 sets or like really close games, like 3-1, all games last hit. So it's like possible that I could have won those sets, I just didn't. So even though he's my kryptonite, I guess, I wouldn't really say like he's like my demon or anything like that. Like on a good day, I could 3-0 him, you know, or like on a good day he could throw 3-0 me. But like we grew up through Smash 4, we helped each other, so he knows my style probably better than most players or anybody, and I know his style more than like anybody.
So say you meet him late Saturday or on Sunday in Hub 8. We don't want to give away your secret strats, but how do you beat Mars?
To be honest, he probably knows it himself that I could beat him with like 6 characters. So I have to decide which one. I've tried Robin, which worked, but I didn't stay Robin. I have a win on him with Robin, Wolf, almost Dark Pit, Zero Suit Dittos, we went like almost back and forth. Palutena has always been, obviously she's my main, so it's been back and forth. I have a set win on him with Palutena. So there's a bunch of options. I guess when that time comes, I'll have to decide on what character to really go, but like it depends on where in the bracket, because like if it's in like losers, we're both like momentum-based players, so like any little mistake can like literally ruin the entire set for us. So it depends. On winners, I would have more time to prepare. I believe if we play in winners, it would be in top 8. So I had like the whole other day to like just make sure I don't mess up. Probably talk to my brother as like a coach back at home and then go from there.